Rassie Erasmus has made a number of changes to his starting lineup for the Springboks game versus the All Blacks at Ellis Park this weekend. No Eben Etzebeth, Elrich Low dropped to the bench, Jasper Wiese starts, Kobus Reinach in, Sasha Feinberg-Gumuzulu holds on to that 10 jumper, and Apulele Fassi starts at fullback. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you think of this team? Is it drastic changes? Yes, some are forced changes. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let's get into it. So a number of changes have been made. Some, like I said, some forced. Eben Etzebeth injured or injury cloud. Erge Snyman, big injury cloud around there. Salman Murat, HIA from last or 2 weekends ago. So he's got the mandatory couple weeks out. And then some decisions where he's backing certain players, backing guys in. And I love it. There's obviously the thought of the World Cup in 2027, giving guys opportunities against the best in the world. And let's see what you can do on the biggest stage against the All Blacks. All Blacks have been the toughest opponents, the best opponents forever for the Springboks. So let's see what you younger guys or more inexperienced guys can do versus the All Blacks. Oh, man, and how good. So there was question marks or speculation around Oxenchair that he was maybe going to start off the bench, but he's starting. So let's go through the starting lineup and we'll go through the thoughts. Oxenchair, Bongio Manambi and Frans Malherbe, front row. Then Peter Steph-Totoy and Ruan Norkia, the locks. Back row of Sia Kolisi, obviously captain, Ben Jason Dixon and Jasper Wiese. 9-10 of Kobus Reinach and Sasha Feinberg-Gumuzulu. Centers of Damien Dallender and Jesse Creel. And back three of Kurtley Orense, Cheslin Colby and Apulele Fassi. Then bomb squad of Malcolm Marx, Gerard Steenekamp, Vincent Koch, Marco van Staden, Elrich Low, Kwagga Smith, Grant Williams and Andre Pollard. Obviously a 6-2 split there. And it's juicy, man. It's good to see. It's juicy. You love it. As a South African, as a Springbok fan, yes, there's Eben Etzebeth not there. That's the biggest one. Your enforcer, great in the lineouts, that experience that he brings onto the field as well. And mainly just as an opponent, seeing his name in the opposition, in that lineup. If you're any opponent and you see Eben Etzebeth, and you're like, oh shit, this is going to be a tough one. You see his name not there, it's a little bit of like, okay, we've dodged a bullet there sort of thing. And then no Erge Snyman as well. I don't think that's going to impact the game a lot, because if there's one team that you want to go up against where you're a bit short on locks, it's probably New Zealand. All Blacks locking department or line out area has not been singing this year, if for lack of a better word. They've really been struggling in their line out. So not too bad, probably you obviously want your best players playing, but not the worst time to have these guys not available sort of thing. And it just gives other guys opportunity to get in, like Ruan Norkia. This will be his third game to start for the Springboks. Go up against the All Blacks. Let's see what you can do. Probably going up against Scott Barrett and someone like Sam Darry, who's also probably on the same level inexperience-wise. But Scott Barrett, he's been in and around one of the best players in the world for a long time. And Ruan Norkia, still youngish, will be around for the next Rugby World Cup. How good. Get these guys in there up against the best in the world, and let's see how they go. You look at, I'm sticking on the lock because we're kind of talking about Eben, Ruan Norkia, but then he's locking with Peter Steph-Totoy. Yes, Peter Steph-Totoy is mainly that 7 flank, but he's a world class. It doesn't matter where he's playing on the field. One of the best rugby players to ever play rugby. And you're blocking with him, you're right. You're going to be fine. Alles gaan okay wees, bro. He's going to be all right there. So I don't think we're not going to miss much. Springboks aren't going to miss much. Don't get me wrong. Eben Etzebeth, what he brings physically, carrying the ball, tackles that he makes, and just his brute force, that nature of him being in the squad. It's like your Bakkies Botha of old. You want that enforcer, that physical, just bringing that tough, rough in your face all the time. You want that. You're definitely going to miss that from Eben. But line-out-wise, I don't think we're going to miss much in that regard. Jasper Wiese, so he kind of makes up there. So that's the next one here. So obviously, Ben Jason Dixon comes into the 7 flank. So Peter Steph du Toit is going into the row. Dixon, those two together, Peter Steph du Toit and Ben Jason Dixon on the field together, it's a cheat code. A cheat code. Both of them, they will have high into the teens of amount of tackles each. Easy, 15 plus tackles each. And they'll probably hit 15 rucks as well. Easy. Very good, very similar style players, and really good to have them on the field at the same time. Then Jasper Wiese coming straight in after serving his, like, what felt like forever match ban for his tip tackle or tip clean out in a ruck for Leicester Tigers. So he's straight in there. Will he take a few moments or minutes to just like get back into the swing of things? Yes, he's been obviously training his ass off, but training is one thing and then playing is another thing, and then playing versus the All Blacks is another thing as well. So that will be big, but we know he loves to run the ball. Give Jasper Wiese the ball. Let him take that first hit up. Let him get smacked the first hit up. If he gets rocked the first hit up, so he takes the ball up and All Black tackles, like hits him backwards, I think that's even going to be a better thing for him because he's going to come back twice as hard. We know he loves to carry the ball. And just to have that front foot ball he's going to give the Springboks, I think, very, very important. And in the backs, I love that. I said Andre Pollard to start, but Rassie's backing Sasha. He's been playing well at 10. And let's back you again against for me, it's always been the best in the world, the All Blacks. Let's put Sasha in there and let's see how he can go. I love that, and just backing him in there. Love that. He's got Kobus Reinach inside him and Damien Dallander outside of him. Shit hits the fan, just pop the ball off or have a word to the guys inside and outside you. They've been there and done it. They know what it takes. If you want mentors, they're there. They can tell you what to do and help you out. The only question mark I have here is then you've got a youngster or inexperienced player at fullback as well. I thought if Sasha's going to start at 10, you have someone like Willie Leroux at 15 that can help navigate everything. He's got the eyes from the back. He's been there and done it as well. He's going to give you a lot of information on where players are, where to run the ball, where to kick it, where not to run it. But this is also Rassie going, Fussy, we've seen what you can do against anyone you've got the opportunity. He's done really well. He's solid under the high ball, fast, backs himself as well, which I love. And let's see what you can do against the best again in New Zealand. And he's giving him just that reward for playing well at international level. Every opportunity you got, let's go. Let's see what you can do. So I don't mind that. Then the bench 6-2 split. Got Quagga and Marco van Staden and Elrich Low. So you've got no lock on the bench. That's probably your biggest, but you've got someone like Ben Jason Dixon who can cover lock. So if we get an injury in the lock, you can see Ben Jason Dixon moving into the lock and then Elrich Low, Marco van Staden or Quagga Smith coming onto the field. Oh, man, it's going to be huge. It's going to... like in the backs, Grant Williams can cover 9 and wing. Then Andre Pollard is covering the rest of the back line. He can cover in the centers. He can cover fullback and then obviously fly off, where Sasha Feinberg can cover fullback as well. So you could see something like maybe later in the game, Andre Pollard coming into 10, Feinberg going, and Gumuzulu going to fullback, and then Fussy coming off. Or we could see Fussy staying, Damien Dallander coming off and Andre Pollard going into center. Could see something like that as well. Exciting. Love it. Up front, we know what we're getting in the front row. Oxenchair, Bongi and France. Love it. And then Malcolm Marx, Gerard Steenekamp and Vincent Koch to come on later and just ice those games out. Let me know what you guys think. Is this Bok team strong enough to beat the All Blacks at Ellis Park? Springboks haven't done it since 2014. Let me know in the comments, what changes would you make? What changes should Rassie have made? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.